Welcome back. It's a beautiful day here. Take a look at this. It's been raining the past 3 days, so it's been pretty miserable. It's really nice to see some good weather again. And something else that's beautiful is we just got some new fish in. So let's go and check it out. Alright, so here we are in the fish room and things are looking okay, not the best. I've still got many plans for this fish room to come and things will change much more in the future. These two tanks are gonna come down and I'm gonna have a 4-foot tank right here. I'm gonna make a nano rack just for my nano tanks and then have 3-foot tanks over here. I still don't know what I'm gonna stock them with, but we'll take our time, do things one step at a time. Over here too, I'm gonna take this down, build a separate wooden rack because if I just use this, I'll have tanks on the bottom and I don't like having tanks right by the floor because it just makes water changes much harder. So you can see like this, I like to have some space. But I'll make a separate video about the plans I've got for this fish room. Like I also want to add, okay, no more secrets. But I do want to add more tanks and make things look better as we go. In the last video, you guys may have seen that I added some Endler's Livebearers into this tank. You can see here some females, there's some males, and they are looking really good. And I'm hoping to get some babies in this tank soon. I should just let the plants grow all over the place, take over, instead of trying to trim it down and keep it look neat. I should just let the plants do their thing and that'll provide more hiding spaces for the babies. But today's video, it's not about them. It's about this box right here because I just got some fish for the 4-foot tank. The 4-foot 𝗶𝗾𝘀𝗀𝘀 tank. So the 4-foot 𝗶𝗾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 tank has been doing really well except for the fact that there's some hair algae growing on the plants. So it's not the best thing, but it's not a hard algae to get rid of. So as you balance things out and just be patient, it'll go away. So I'm not too worried about that. I've added some fish in here actually, and these are 𝗯𝘂𝘾𝗶𝗶𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀, the royal tetra. They're one of my favorite tetras. I've got some in my 4-foot aquascape tank, and the way they school and the colors, the purple colors, it's just really beautiful. So I've added them in here. They've been in here for over a week and they've been doing really well. So we're definitely ready to put the main fish into this tank today. And I've also made a few changes with the plants in this tank, like the crinum right here. It used to be in the back corner over there, but I've moved it towards the center because I watched one of 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀's older videos of Gary Lang's fish room. And if you don't know who Gary Lang is, he's one of the master breeders and experts on rainbow fish, and he had this 7-foot planted aquarium in his home and it was just beautiful. He had a crinum right in the center of the tank. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it in the description below. So definitely check that out, but only after this video because you gotta see what fish I got. As for the 𝗶𝗾𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀s in this tank, they've been growing really well, but really slowly, which is really normal for Crips. So if you have Crips and they're growing slowly, don't worry about it. It's also normal if they melt, like you can see this leaf right here and this leaf right here, it's melting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut those off. With Crips, it's just a waiting game. You gotta be really patient with the plants. You see all this open space here? I'm also going to add more Crips in that spot, more plants, so don't worry about all that open spot. We're definitely gonna add more plants into this tank. So before I open this up, I'm just gonna clean the tank a little bit, take out all the dead leaves, and then we'll check this out. Alright, so the tank is looking slightly better now. I think it's finally time to open this package up. Now this is going to be the 3rd time I've ordered fish online. The first time was for my 4-foot aquascape tank that's in the mini studio. Second time was for that tank right there, the Endler's Livebearers, and both times the fish came in perfectly fine. You guys haven't seen the 4-foot aquascape tank yet, but you guys will see that in a few months. This time is a little bit different though, because these fish, I'm told, are slightly larger and they were a little bit more expensive, so I'm really hoping that they came in alright. So let's go and check this out. So fingers crossed, I really hope that the fish in here are all fine. Take a look at how well packaged that is. That heat packs here, nice and warm, because it is still cold even though it's spring. Wow, look, oh wow, these are big. These are really big and they have color. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Take a look at this, guys. Wow. Alright, so I know some of you guys may already know what this fish is, and I'll just tell you guys right now. So these fish right here are rainbow fish, and I'll tell you what type in just a moment, but let me get this out of the bag and we'll float them for a little while. They look incredible. Take a look at that. That is incredible. At first glance, it may look like a 𝗶𝗲𝘀𝘀 rainbow fish. You've got the yellow, the bluish tint, but this is not a 𝗶𝗲𝘀𝘀 rainbow fish. This right here is the 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝘀𝘀 rainbow fish, and many of you might not be familiar with that name, but the 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝘀𝘀 is one of the most beautiful rainbow fish in my opinion. It's one that I've always wanted to keep. Before I started doing YouTube, I saw this fish on 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀's channel. I'll link him in the description below, so check him out as well after this video. The 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝘀𝘀 is one that I've always wanted, and when I saw this on the website, I just knew I had to get them, so I got them that minute, and there were only 5 of them, so I got all 5 of them. They went out of stock, and then the next day, the day later, they were back in stock. So I don't know, I might have to get some more in the near future. So I'm going to acclimate and put these fish in the tank in a way that most people will hate me for and will cringe at. I'm gonna just put some tank water into the bag and then pour the whole thing straight into the tank, because I think that's just the best way to not stress them out right now. You can see they're cramped in this bag, and they've also got really little amount of air in here, so I want to get them out as soon as possible. And I know a lot of you will hate me for this, I'm sorry, but there's basically no fish in this tank, so this will be basically the quarantine tank for now. Alright, so you don't have to cringe because I've decided not to put this water into the tank. I just don't want to risk anything with this tank, with the future of it, the plans. I just don't want to risk anything, so I'm gonna gently grab them with my hands and put them into the tank. First fish, right there, take a look at that. Okay, hold on. Here you go. This one is easy. Sorry, the tanks are all dark right now. The lights haven't turned on yet. It's still early in the morning, but you can see the rainbow fish, the 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝘀𝘀 rainbow fish, are all doing well in this tank. They've been in here for a couple of days, and when I added them in on the very first day, I knew 5 wasn't enough, so I went out, I got some more, and well, 2 more actually, because I don't want to get too many, because I still want to add more species into that tank. And look at what has arrived. So I'm gonna open this up and get the fish into the tank. Check that out. 2 more 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝘀𝘀 rainbow fish. Can you guys see that? That is beautiful. So I'm gonna get this acclimated and stay right there because there's still some more. Take a look at this. This is a different species called 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀, if I'm not mistaken. It should be parva because that's what I ordered it as. It doesn't have much color right now, but hopefully it'll color up in a while. And wait, there's some more. Not fish this time, but we've got some plants right here. Okay, so I'm currently drip acclimating the 3 new rainbow fish you can see right here. They look awesome. I can't wait to get them in the tank. But while I'm doing that, let's take a look at the plants I got. So this one right here is 𝗶𝗾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 red. Pretty excited to see how this grows. It should be a pretty tall plant, so this will go in the back, probably the back right corner. And then this one right here is 𝗶𝗾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀. Pretty common plant, but I've never used this before. So here it is, 𝗶𝗾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 on the right and 𝗶𝗾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 red on the left. Let's get this in the tank. Alright, so it's been a couple days since I added those last fish in, and things haven't been looking too good. Let's go and take a look inside the fish room. So first, when we walk in, you'll see I'm building something, and I'll tell you what it's for in just a moment. But the rainbow fish, most of them are doing alright, and well, they're all doing alright. It's just that some of them have got white spots, the ick. Look at this guy right here, and this guy too. So I think it's just 2 of them right now. A few days ago, like, they all had ick, but most of them are recovering, and now it's just a couple of them, these 2 I think, that have have it really bad. And I've been medicating this tank. So I said this is kind of like the quarantine tank, so not a huge deal. They're really active. They've been eating every single day, so you can see if I put my hand here, they all go crazy. So they've been super good. Really love these fish. One thing, I just hope that they're not hybrids, because you can see this guy's colored up, but right now it doesn't look like a 𝗲𝘋𝗀𝘀𝘀 rainbow, but hopefully, I don't know, I'll put a picture up of a actual real 𝗲𝘋𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀 rainbow. And yeah, I just hope, if there are any experts out there, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I just have to wait longer, but yeah, I just hope they're not hybrids. So yeah, you can see this guy is like the most colorful one in the tank. He's the most active, probably gonna be the boss in this tank. But take a look at this guy. He's just covered in white spots, and it should go away pretty soon, so I'm not too worried about it. You can see how active they are, and as I said, they've been eating. This guy still has a little bit remaining on its fins, but it should clear up. Yeah, I've just been medicating and doing frequent water changes, so everything should be alright. So this 4-foot tank is kind of like the quarantine tank for right now, but it can't be that way forever, because when I want to add new fish, I just can't risk putting them in this tank. So I gotta set up a few quarantine tanks, and this is what this rack is for right here. This rack is gonna sit right here. I've got a video on this coming up probably next week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But because I want to add more rainbow fish in the future, and of course many different types of fish to this fish room in the future, I've got to set up a quarantine system. So that's what this is kind of for. So it's really terrible that these fish are kind of sick right now, but they should be alright in the next few days. This tank is going to be fully planted very soon. I'm still looking for more Crips to put in here, but you can see the ones we just added in is starting to melt over there. I'm going to have to trim that and siphon it out. And then the 𝗲𝘋𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀 is right there, still the immersed form, but Crips are super slow growers, so totally fine with that. You can see the green gecko here is doing alright. It's, I don't know, not the best conditions. Maybe I gotta put more light on this tank, because right now I've just got this one LED light, and it might be too weak for it, maybe because of this lid. And this tank, as many of you know already, is going to mainly be just rainbow fish. I might add a few species, maybe some barbs, I don't know yet, maybe some cory swimming at the bottom. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what other rainbow fish you want to see in this tank. I'm thinking like praecox rainbows, boesemani's. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try to find them. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already, so that you don't miss all these videos. New projects are coming, new tanks are also coming your way. The Endless Livebearers just had babies. I'll put it up on my Instagram, so be sure to check that out on my Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time.